Oh, yes. Hello there. I've traveled far and wide to come to you today. I have a message that will change everything. Shoot, what was it? If only I had some sort of papery surface on which I would write upon with a sharp ball-pointed tool that disposed of semi-permanent ink-like substance. All of this to remind myself of the important Ooh, I got it. Winter has come. No, I was supposed to give that to the fellows at the ice wall 2 years ago. I wonder what happened to them. Not my problem. Ooh, I know. It was for Mr. Frodo. You've got to get this ring. Nope. Too late for that one as well. Drats. I really wish I had a type of clockular tool that would display a current time for me as is. What was the blasted message? Let me roll this die to see. Oh, yes, I see. I was supposed to tell you about the guild. We're starting a new club, and we totally want you to be a part of it. Now, it's not a Screen Actors Guild, or Writers Guild, or the producers, or even the directors. It's the Viewers Guild. Imagine the People's Choice Awards, but way more useless. Just like that. So, yay or nay, because I've got like hundreds of other people interested. No biggie. Please join. I'm so lonely and I hate traveling around. It's been 13 years. I haven't seen my wife since I left. My daughter's probably an adult by now. I don't know how time works. Okay, calm down. I've clearly lost the through line for this cold open. As my friend Jimmy Neutron once used to say, got a blast.
It's news time. Delivering to you the news you didn't know about, the news you didn't care about, and the news you didn't know you cared about. With host, Chad White. Now, here's that host, Chad White.
Well, then stop letting homeless people sleep in my room, Ron. Welcome back to News Time. I'm your host, Chad White, and this is the guild news you didn't know about. Speaking of things I didn't know about, was that the last guy that came here. We're only a few weeks into 2019, and my oh my awards season is upon us. The Oscars are a few weeks away, the Grammys a few weeks earlier, and you better believe I already have a story lined up for it, which is true. But one such subset of shows you don't watch are going on right under your little nose. You got a little trash up there. Come on, let me just get it. Just stop moving around. I'm only trying to help. If your mother was here, you'd let her. I know. I'm sorry to remind you of her. And scene. I'm, of course, talking about the guilds. Producers, writers, screen actors, and directors. Everyone's got a guild. Have an interest? There's a guild for that. These are the groups for the people who have hyper-specific passions. And these individual awards are a way to celebrate their talents. Your fellow guild cohorts get to vote on if you did a better job than the person next to you. It's the ultimate celebration of achievement. Yes, the Academy Awards are the prestige level of celebration, but the Guild Awards are the bonus level before the boss battle. That extra mission before the hardest part. A time of celebration even if you're a loser, because your coworkers said you did well enough in that one movie. I can only assume it's the second best feeling ever, compared to winning an Oscar, of course. How did the separate awards come about? The earliest incarnation of any of them is for the position which without actors would be aimless. The very first Directors Guild Award, originally titled after its first recipient, was given out in the 1950s to D.W. Griffith, the original rich white guy, to make racism cool again. Before the turn of the century, it was renamed to this exceptionally long name. I'm not going to read here. Something I noticed while researching this show is that sometimes a statuette isn't given out. Within the past 20 years alone, only 7 older white dudes have gotten it. There is a television side of this award show, but come on, we're aiming for the big guns here. The Writers Guild has been under the pen since the late 40s. It first made significant strides by broadcasting its show in 2004. Not much history can be dredged up. However, I do know the organization took strides to break itself into 2 parts, East and West, obviously representing the coastal battle between rappers in the 90s. East Coast is better. Oddly enough, a video produced by the Guild provides the only history I was able to find. It was a cocktail party at first, with only 5 awards given during the first show. The celebration of the writer was born out of the strikes and just wanting to be respected. During the shows, the winners often made jokes at their own or employer's expense. Writing is noticeably more different than it was 50 years ago. Many of the people taking on the scripts are the same ones going in front of the camera, or directing, or producing, etc., etc. Speaking of, what exactly is a producer? Trick question. I don't know what they do, and I'm technically a freelance one of those. I should really get on that. Like most of the things from your childhood you wouldn't shut up about, the Producers Guild started in the 90s. Originally called the Golden Laurel Awards, the show was to honor those who have a good eye for making movies. Think of it this way. It's less actory and more directory. Oh, okay, for real. What does a producer do? To make things super duper simple, there are various levels of producers, from the associate to the aligned to the executive. Their goals can range anywhere from managing daily operations of the show or movie to overseeing the entire production. It's as mesmerizing as it is boring. Not like acting. Actors get to do all the cool stuff. Hug on screen, eat on screen, have sex on screen. God, what a life that would be. The Screen Actors Guild Awards has been a hit maker since '95. As the first person to ever say anything about the award, Angela Lansbury once said, quote, "The night is dedicated to the art and craft of acting by the people who should know about it, actors." It's a good notion for the show to start out on. The defining difference between, besides the whole actor focus, between this award show and the other guilds is that one actor is chosen to tell their story of how they stumbled into the craft at the top of the show. It's a charming attribute that helps it set it apart from the others. But all of the guild awards are inviting in that way. With their niche focuses, only a few awards are doled out through their respective nights. Yet everyone always has fun. It's not like the Academy Awards where everyone is stressed until the after parties. The Guild Awards are like if the main show was perpetually an after party. Drinking all night, laughing, having fun with your peers. That's how award shows should be. While they've never been cutthroat, they've never exactly been inviting either. Look at this past year's Golden Globes, where when coming back from commercial breaks, hosts Andy Samberg and Sandra Oh had to scream at the top of their lungs for the cameras while the room tittered on with nary a care in the world. Alright, well, they didn't have to scream out, but it was loud nonetheless. I love award shows, the important ones anyway, and the shows of the Guild variety are definitely counted as among the best. Maybe give these a look over if you care even a little bit about movies. It takes a village to make them. Why not celebrate the village, just for once? And that's all the news I have for you for this week on News Time. Why don't you subscribe and check out one of our other videos. Of course, you can always head to the website, cpluscomedy.com, that has all the interviews that you love to hate. You can also listen to the podcast at The Constitutionals. You can follow us on Twitter at cpluscomedy. Follow me on Twitter at ChadBlackWhite. Like us on Facebook. Follow us on Instagram at cpluscomedy. And there's so many different things. Where did that homeless guy go? Because is he going to come back?